Welcome back to Thone's Nibbles, number 49. We're studying Luke chapter 5 today, the calling of the fishermen. And this comes from Luke chapter 5, verses 1 through 11. So it was, as the multitude pressed about him to hear the word of God, that he stood by the lake of Gennesaret and saw two boats standing by the lake. But the fishermen had gone from them and were washing their nets. Then he got into one of the boats, which was Simon's, and asked him to pull out a little from the land. And he sat down and taught the multitudes from the boat. When he had stopped speaking, he said to Simon, "Launch out into the deep and let your nets for a catch." But Simon answered him and said to him, "Master, we have toiled all night and caught nothing. Nevertheless, at your word I will let down the net." And when they had done this, they caught a great number of fish, and their net was breaking. So they signaled to their partners in the other boat to come and help them. And they came and filled both the boats, so they began to sink. Then when Simon Peter saw it, he fell down at Jesus' knees, saying, "Depart from me, for I am a sinful man, O Lord." For he and all who were with him were astonished at the catch of fish which they had taken. And so also were James and John, the sons of Zebedee, who were partners with Simon. And Jesus said to Simon, "Do not be afraid. From now on you will catch men." So when they had brought their boats to land, they forsook all and followed him. So the subject matter is three new disciples. But just to be clear on a few terms here before we go on, the Lake of Gennesaret is also called the Sea of Galilee. It really was a lake; it never was a sea, but that's where they were. And as you know, Simon and which you would call Peter and Andrew were fishermen brothers, and James and John were fishermen brothers also, and they were apparently partnered with Simon and Andrew. So that's just sort of the setup. Why is this in the Bible? Jesus calls his disciples. Note, he had already met them, as told in John, just after he had been pointed out by John the Baptist. We will be studying John is the next after Luke that we're going to be doing as we go through the New Testament. He met the three plus Andrew there. And really we don't know exactly why Andrew wasn't present at this time. I mean, could be any number of reasons. But, we know that Andrew was also called at a similar time by Jesus to be a fisher of men as well. Written to these disciples and the others that were in the crowd. Well, Communications. It's a fish story that shocked these experienced fishermen. They had toiled all night and had caught nothing. He just points over and says, "Cast your nets over there," and they get the biggest catch they've ever seen. Application to my life. I should ask Jesus for his help or guidance in whatever situation I encounter. That is, and that's sort of shown here. I mean, you might say, where do you get that? The fact is that he taught the fishermen how to fish here. The message from God to me. Be aware of his presence always and use his wisdom whenever it can be applied. He should be a resource who is the first person we go to, not the person of last resort. And my personal response to all this is, Lord, call me for that which is good for the kingdom. Well, that completes this lesson, and we'll be seeing you next time for number 50. Bye-bye.